Hello and welcome back to Investing for Generations, your channel for high quality stock research for long term value investors. And today I want to talk again about Air Canada because Air Canada last week announces a pricing of offering of shares. And so for me, it's a question what mean that for my portfolio position of Air Canada, which is up almost 30% right now? And is it maybe time to sell Air Canada because of the dilution or maybe even at more? And this is what I try to answer here in this video. At least I want to answer what my thoughts about that and what I will do with my position. So on December 16th, Air Canada announced that it has priced its previously announced overnight marketed public offering of 35 million shares, Class A variable voting shares, and Class B voting shares of the company at a price to the public of 24 Canadian dollar per share. The company has granted the underwriters an option to purchase up to an additional 15% of the shares in the offering, exercisable in whole or in part at any time until 30 days after closing of the offering. The offering is expected to close on or about December 30th, 2020. So this is the announcement of Air Canada, and so they will offer new shares, and so just will get some new cash, which is very important right now at a time where they burn so much money every day. I talked about this in my other videos about Air Canada. Feel free to find this out here on my channel, or just up on the link is my first video about Air Canada, where I go through all the financials and the company at the time, and you will find a lot of information there. So here now we have, of course, a dilution for the current shareholders, and that all the time is not good news for the current shareholders like me. And so, first of all, that's bad news as always when there is a dilution. But the next question which come in mind is, um, should I buy one of the new shares? For me as a German, it seems like it's impossible to buy some of the new offered shares. At least I didn't found a way with that, and I contacted my bank here in Germany, and it seems like it's not available for me. But of course, as always, when you have a dilution, the share price last week just dropped, and today even dropped more. But we talk about this a little bit later. And the question is what to do now with this new shares, and what should I do now with my shares? And as I told you also in the other videos about Air Canada, of course, Air Canada is in big trouble as all of the airline companies. And when we look back to the Q3 earnings, they just reported a third quarter net loss of $685. The revenue plunged about 86%, and they just burned cash of 818 million. The number of passengers just dropped 88% compared to a year ago, and so all over it just disaster for the airlines and so for Air Canada, and so of course they need new cash, and with the offering of the new shares, of course they get some new money. With all of that, it's all about cash and costs. Air Canada reduced the spending by 3 billion through 2023. They delaying the purchase of new aircrafts. In Q1 to Q3 2020, Air Canada cut the spending by more than 50%. And with the Q3 earnings, they reported 8.2 billion of liquidity, including cash and short-term and long-term investments, plus then the money from the new shares. So they have a little bit of room, a little bit of breathing room, and of course with the new offered shares even a little bit more. This is also the reason why I invested in Air Canada in the first place, because I thought when I purchased my first investment in Air Canada, the financial position compared to some other airlines in North America is just a little bit better. and also the market position for Air Canada is better than the opponents in the US, for example. And this was the reason why I invested in the first place in Air Canada. But now, with the offering of the new shares and the dilution, and then also with the current news about the mutation of the coronavirus in Great Britain and also Italy and some other countries in Europe, it seems like maybe the situation will get even worse. This is one side, and on the other side, of course, there is a hope of the COVID-19 vaccine. Also, this hope just drove Air Canada up in the last few weeks, and so the stock price just surges over the last few weeks immensely. And the question is, what's next? Where to go next? Will we have a kind of normalization in all of the world, and then also in the travel industry and in the airline business in 2021, or with the mutation of the coronavirus, will it be even worse? Maybe. And of course, all of that is a question when you look at the airline or in the travel companies, and so also with Air Canada. And so today, with the news of the mutation of the coronavirus in Europe, Air Canada dropped today another 6% to now $21.60 Canadian. So now we are under the price for the offered shares. And yeah, what to do now? It's difficult, and of course, it is high risk. This investment, right from the start, for me, was a high risk investment, and so it's also now, of course, it's high risk. And so, if you make any decision, of course, think twice. And for me, just from the start, it was very clear it is high risk, and therefore it's the smallest position in my overall very conservative portfolio. And so it's now, right now, it's just 1.4% of my whole portfolio. And by the way, if you're new to my channel, here you see all the position in my portfolio, and you see when you look at all of the companies, this is really very conservative. But however, with this conservative portfolio, I have a performance in 2020 of around 40% right now, and so a high outperformance to the S&P 500. Want to find out more about this? Just look at my channel. You'll find deeper analysis of every of these businesses and the reason why I bought in and when I bought in. And also you'll find on my channel a weekly insight of my real money portfolio here. And this is the most transparent I can be. And if you find any value on that, just subscribe to the channel and join me on my road of long-term value investment. But to come back to Air Canada, as I said, it's the most risky investment in my portfolio. But still, I'm optimistic for Air Canada. I still see a special market position. I still see a lot of liquidity, even more with the offering of the shares now. And I really think about to maybe buy some more shares. I don't talk about a lot. It will be still the smallest position in my portfolio, but maybe I will just add some more shares in the next few days. I have to think about it a little bit more. At least I will stick with the shares I have. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. If you found any value in this video, please subscribe to my channel and follow me on my road to financial freedom. And if you really liked the video, please give me a big thumbs up and ring the notification bell to never miss another video. And then we will see the next time with another analysis of another stock. See you then. Take care. Bye bye.